Hey y'all, it's Mr. Larry, and today—
Why are you always introducing yourself?
Today we're trying acrylic painting with a twist, or maybe a pull, or a push. Either way, I'm excited about it.
Why are you always excited about something?
I follow a lot of other artists and makers online, which keeps me consistently inspired to try new things and like different kinds of creative outlets. And one of my latest obsessions is Clara Cristina. She is a Brazilian-born artist living in Germany, and she has a serious handle on the use of a squeegee as a part of her creative process, and she uses it to produce some really prismatic pieces. So after seeing her work and the work of a few others, I just had to give it a try. So in today's tutorial, I'm going to give you a little crash course in squeegee painting, and I'll share some of my basic beginner tips along the way. Now just be warned, I've been doing this for like 2 weeks. Okay, not an expert. But I've been having a lot of fun with it, which is why I decided to make a video for you. So I'm going to show you how I set up my paintings and some of the tips that I've learned through practicing. But first, I'm going to share with you 3 things that'll help us get started on this project, starting with 3... It's been a long time since I've done this part. We'll start with thing number 1. Acrylic paint was first made in the early 1950s, and the thing that makes it special is that it's water soluble, it's durable, dries quickly, and it comes in a massive range of pre-made colors ready for use. The invention really just made painting more affordable for everyone, and that's whether you paint with a brush, or a sponge, or your hands, or a squeegee. And that brings us to thing number 2. Squeegees, scrapers, and spreaders have long been used for creative processes, most notably in painting, but also in letterpress, printmaking, and of course, screen printing. Practice and patience are key factors in this particular craft. Results vary with each application, so you kind of have to embrace that spontaneity just a little bit. But that's kind of what makes it fun, and it's what makes today's project perfect for beginners. Which brings us to thing number 3. Our supplies for today's tutorial include watercolor paper. I'll be using a cold press 140-pound watercolor paper, but you can experiment with anything you have. I'll also be using some acrylic craft paint in 3 to 5, maybe 8 colors. And it's also helpful if you can find a narrow tip nozzle that can screw directly onto your paint bottles. I'll be using painter's tape or masking tape. You'll need some scrap paper and a squeegee, a scraper, or a piece of stiff board. Even a plastic ruler actually works pretty well for this project. So for step 1, I'm going to prepare my workspace. My setup is pretty simple. All I do is take a sheet of my watercolor paper, and you can cut this down to be smaller size if you prefer. And I'm just going to tape this to my work surface with a small piece of masking tape. Now this is going to hold the paper in place while I run my squeegee down it, and in order to give myself a place to stop, I'm going to put another piece of tape across the bottom. The idea is that the paint will stop at this line, and that'll give us a nice clean white edge on the bottom half. And then next to this, I'm going to tape a piece of additional scrap paper, and this is just so that I have a place for my squeegee to go. So I've got my paint here, and it's just craft paint, acrylic craft paint, available at pretty much any store in these small bottles. And my design is simple. All I do is make small dots of different colors across the top portion of my watercolor paper. Now you can use dots, you can use lines, you can use different kinds of shapes, and you can use as many or as few colors as you like. Once you have your dots in place, we're ready to scrape it. Scrape it. I hold my squeegee at about a 45-degree angle, and I just pull straight down. Now you can make your pull wiggly, or you can make it wavy, or you can try a different kind of tool. You can try lots of different kinds of squeegees, but every pass is going to give you a different impact, which is really kind of a cool part about this craft. It's simple, elegant, colorful, and a lot of fun.
I don't know if y'all can see this, but this masking tape did me a little dirty. And I've tried some painter's tape, so I don't know what to use to keep it from ripping the texture of the paper. But anyway, keep exploring that, because I'm gonna keep doing the same thing.
This variation of painting can go by pretty quickly, which is why I have so much fun with it. And you can quickly try new compositions, new colorways, you can edit your last idea and try it again. Plus you can revisit your work and give it multiple layers. So give it a try, make some mistakes, and have some fun with it. I want to send a big thank you to Clara Cristina for inspiring today's video. Be sure to head over to Instagram and give her a follow. Thank you so much for joining me today. Stay tuned for my next tutorial. Stay creative and stay crafty.